And here we are on Blood Boil for the third best of 5 of the evening. Spawning to the top left hand corner in blue, playing Terran. For Poland, it's Estatte. And to the bottom right, in purple, playing Protoss. For the US, it's Horsemaster. Or Master, if we want to stay in American English. The British say Master though. And I'm terrible at faking a British accent, so I won't even try. Horsemaster moving out with an early probe in order to get some scouting information after planting down her gateway. Wants to get in before the Terran has the chance to seal off that part with a depot to see if gas has been taken, and also being a bit annoying with this building SCV over there. Okay, gets all the information she could ever want at that point in time and then moves out right afterwards. I think I would have liked checking this area a little bit more, a little bit longer, just to see whether a second base is going to be taken back here or not. But moving out, also fine, saves the probe for later and puts it in a position where it will be able to passively scout when the Reaper gets out. In the meantime, taking a second base of her own. Cybernetics core in the making, nothing all too spectacular for now, while her opponent is taking, or is morphing her command center into an orbital and getting the first Reaper, which will be sent right across the map. Let's see if it will still spot and kill this probe over here. Factory right behind it, so seems like a 1-1-1 build. Okay, does not see the probe over here. Okay, Reaper gets out. We'll use the Reaper stair back here in order to get inside the main base of Horsemaster. Might actually get a kill or two if Horsemaster is not paying attention. Horsemaster already having an Adept out. Should actually just rally this Adept back into the mineral line, because you can always just expect a Reaper to come in. Oh, interestingly enough, Estatte just walks up straight towards the production buildings here instead of going right for the mineral line. So already one kill, but it has to move out now because of the Adept. So no mothership core in the making yet. The second base is done while we have a starport back at home. So we might actually see the good old 16 marine drop once more. Well, actually for the first time this evening, but it's a fairly common build you can see pretty often. So command center done. We have some probes, some workers maynarding to the natural base with the 10 mineral patches instead of only 8. And a Widow Mine as well. So yeah, I could have actually guessed that, since Estatte usually goes for a drop with Marines and Mines. So we could have expected that out of her. Twilight Council almost done for Horsemaster. Will actually need a Robo right behind this if she wants to get rid of these pesky Widow Mines. So Reaper comes in once more, sees all of the tech buildings, which is the important part. There's the robotics facility incoming, just gets another Reaper bomb down, but does not kill anything else. Is there? No, only one kill on this one. Ooh, and Resonating Glaives for Horsemaster. So if her opponent should actually invest into a lot of Marines, this might be pretty problematic for her, but she goes into Liberator straight away. So seems as if she wants to go for a very aggressive push early on, and Horsemaster does not have that much that shoots up yet, only one Stalker. And the Mothership Core potentially with the help of a good place, a well-placed pylon. Horsemaster now getting the Observer, so we'll be able to actually see the mine incoming, or see the mine burrowed and then destroy it. But will she save most of her workers? So let's see the reaction time. No reaction yet, does not realize that there's a Widow Mine out, and the Widow Mine now will hit 7 workers at once. So nice little kill, already getting all the worth out of this little drop here, bringing Horsemaster down to 30 workers again. While producing at home, well, maybe not producing. Okay, a little bit sloppy on the economy here. While Horsemaster has almost already saturated this base down here. And is almost again back up at the 34 of Estatte, who's again not really producing any workers at that time. Now finally starts again, so a little bit of a hiccup in the worker production here. Horsemaster planting down a pylon, but it will get spotted by this medevac here, so Estatte knows what's up now, sees that her opponent wants to aggressively push right now. How will she react though? I mean she has a Liberator in place, but it's pretty far out actually, and can be taken down by units, not without sacrificing some units of her own. But yeah, I mean, it can be taken down from down here where the rest of the units cannot actually help the Liberator. So let's see what Horsemaster can do. I mean, she only has 3 Stalkers with a few more warping in. No, actually no, these are all Adepts. So only 3. I don't actually see this working all too well. And I think Horsemaster sees this the same way. Did she see the Liberator even? Or just the Liberation Zone maybe? Retreating for now, probably wants to wait for another warp-in round with Stalkers, because it will be pretty difficult to take down that Liberator with only 3 of them. So in the meantime, saturating her bases back here. I think she should actually try... Well, no, she actually wants to use all of her income for more forces at the front, even sending some of these units across the map here. And now taking a 3rd base. I think that's really the best thing she can do, just faking some aggression right now. I mean, she actually wanted to do a full-out attack, but it quite didn't work out. So now, of course, the best thing to do is just keep threatening your opponent. Just move in sometimes, see if they want to take another base and deny it. So now the army is moving out. Ooh, Estatte just barely realizes that there are army units. Just sets the Liberator up and has some units right behind it. But yeah, this is actually not a very strong force. We have the Adepts with Glaive. We now have a lot of Stalkers out. So I actually think Horsemaster could actually win this engagement if she attacked with all of the units at once. Do the units have stim yet? I think they do not. So no stim available yet, but at least combat shield. And of course now the siege tank will help out as well. Horsemaster decides to back up and teleports out with the help of the recall ability. Unfortunately, leaving this poor, lonely immortal at the front. Hopefully she will realize that it's there and will not lose it, because that would be a really big blunder there. No, now she realizes and pulls it back. Might actually still get caught by this moving army here. Okay, will Estatte move out completely now? Yeah, going for a push, or will she just clear off the area around her own base? No, she wants to go for a full-out assault. Storm halfway done, and it's getting chrono boosted. Does Horsemaster already have a few Templars in the mix? She does. So energy enough would be there for a Storm. At least one. But will Storm be ready in time, or will Estatte just luckily hit the right timing before Storm is actually finished? Seems as if she will. Oh, just barely. I think Horsemaster would need to retreat into her pylon here right now. Yeah, unfortunately, I think the High Templar is dead. There's another High Templar here, but it does not have Storm yet. It has Storm now, but almost all of the units have died anyway, and it seems as if Horsemaster has totally forgotten about the Storm. About the Storm ability, losing the base. GG's out, and Estatte takes the first map. Abyssal Reef is the map that our Protoss player chose, Horsemaster, against her opponent, leading 1-0, the Terran player Estatte, who managed to barely kill off her opponent with a very nicely timed push that hit Horsemaster's front just barely before Storm could finish. Gateway plus Scout, I think. Oh, and unfortunately now I have a little call inside my room. Forgot to bring out the phone, what I usually do before the cast happens, so I won't get interrupted. We'll probably do it during the break. Sorry for that. Barracks down. Assimilator down. What will the probing, the scouting probe, the probing scout? What will the probing scout get? Okay, sees the barracks, has not seen the gas yet, but I think Horsemaster will send it around in order to get a good view. Sees the gas, knows that there is no other gas, and moves out once more before the Reaper can arrive. Maybe just wants to delay the base down here a little bit more, so that Estatte won't be able to plant this down so easily, but unfortunately I think she has put it on hold position. So, who's going to win? Bzzzt, bzzzt. And the SCV is going to win. Probe can win if it is moved around a little bit, regenerating shields, but elsewise an SCV will win a direct engagement between an SCV and a probe, if nothing gets microed. So factory right behind it might actually be kind of the same build we saw before, so far it is. Reaper moving across the map will jump in from behind and probably get a good scout of everything Estatte desires to see. Moves in, sees all the tech buildings, and moves out once more, not to die to that adept, while the base of Horsemaster has already been done. Starport being thrown down. Yeah, and like I said, seems as if we are going to see the same old by Estatte once more. Medevac with a few marines and a mine. So Horsemaster a little bit behind on probe production here, unfortunately. Not really saturating that base too early on. But has already rallied both of these Nexus towards the natural base. Chrono boosting her gateway, chrono boosting her warp gate research. So Medevac in production. Another scouting supply depot, which just serves two functions here. One is to, of course, grant supply to the player building it, but of course also granting some vision over that area, so that if someone should come in from that angle, or someone or something came in from that angle, the supply depot would scout it ahead of time. So Liberator in the making. We have a tech lab close to the factory, probably for tanks. Might actually see a Mia-esque push here with Liberators, tanks and marines. So right now we have two mines in position. Wants to move out, probably wants to fly inside the main base and plant down these two widow mines, while at the same time attacking the natural base. So let's see how well this multi-pronged attack is designed, and if actually everything's going to hit at the same time or not, because if it doesn't, this push just becomes a way less stronger. So Horsemaster sees that a few marines are waiting for her. Might actually not do her a favor, because now she might expect a full frontal push here, not really having this little boosting medevac on the screen. So unfortunately Estatte is right now just too busy microing these units in front of the third base, and now finally unloads the first mine, unloads the second mine, but not really close enough to the mineral line, and now unloads the second one as well. Finally Horsemaster realizes what's going on, and then she's being harassed from two different angles here. I can actually plant down this Widow Mine over here, but the Photon Overcharge immediately drives the Medevac away and kills it. So Estatte has to retreat for now, and Horsemaster only losing 4 workers in the process, which is fairly nice, but might lose some more right now, since this Widow Mine gets triggered once again, and there's also this one down here, so Estatte could also, of course, unburrow it every time and then just plant it up, which actually might happen because they are so far away from each other that actually... Oh no, okay, Horsemaster... Does Horsemaster realize? No, she does not. Like I said, these two mines are so far away from each other that the Horsemaster has totally forgotten about this one, or was maybe thinking that it got destroyed during the attack. So actually, if Estatte at some point cares about it once more, she might just unburrow it and burrow it a little bit closer to the mineral line. So Horsemaster now moving out wants to apply some counter pressure, which will probably not result in anything because there are tanks already in position and a Liberator which can just siege up in order to protect that ramp. And Horsemaster just retreats. Don't really know why. Maybe? Okay, it seems as if this mine has actually fired and got some kills, so Horsemaster retreated for now because she was afraid that some sort of all-out attack was happening, and there we go, reburrowing this Widow Mine and getting another hit. So at that point in time the Widow Mines have already killed 12 workers in total, like 4 and another 4 from this one and 2 from this one. So very annoying. These Widow Mines were definitely worth their money. I mean, almost every Widow Mine is, as soon as it either kills a unit that is not a Zealot of the Protoss, or as soon as it's killed like 2 workers, or maybe 3. But yeah, I mean, with 2 workers you lose 100 minerals and the lost mining time of the 2 workers, so... you can actually argue if it's already enough damage or not. So, the Liberator's setting up the siege zone. Horsemaster unfortunately not paying attention here. She could have actually intercepted and taken it out before it had the chance to siege up. So, Pylon for now is going to help a little bit to keep this force away, but of course the siege tank will be planted just in reach, and the Liberator provides the necessary vision. So Estatte a little bit impatient here, moves forwards right into storms, and there we see what could have happened to the other push, and that push in the last game didn't even have the tanks. So now of course the tanks, the saving grace, will probably lose these will probably lose the Archon and the High Templars as well, and now of course all of her defenses are gone. Same situation as in the game before. Will not be able to save that base here. More and more units streaming across the map, so even if Horsemaster was able to clear her base of these units, she would not be able to clean it of the incoming units. Tries to defend as best as she can, has lost her 14 workers and is now down to her main base that's almost mined out. So it doesn't even matter, even if she managed to kill off this force, which she won't. She would be so far behind. No way to win this game. GG! And Estatte takes the lead 2-0. Proxima Station. We have Horsemaster as Protoss and Estatte as Terran. So far, I think Estatte has not lost a single best of 5. She's new to the FSL, but already showing a good range of skill here. Proxima Station featuring a back pocket expansion with some rocks or debris over here you can take out in order to get access from behind. And also a very close located third base in front of the main base ramp. So Horsemaster gets in, sees the gas, might even check for the second one a little bit later on, or maybe not. Or maybe not. So Reaper in the making. And we'll see an expansion down here fairly soon. Horsemaster will not be there in time in order to block it, or will she? Oh, just barely! Okay, actually, Estatte could have thrown it down a little bit earlier, but yeah, should actually be able to throw it down now. But neat little delay there by Horsemaster, making the best of this little probe. Might actually lose it though now, because it's still pretty close to that Reaper here, so Reaper will probably catch up and kill it off before it can escape. So Brave Probe was a little bit too greedy, wanted to get too much done, and had to die for it. So factory right behind it. Seems as if we might just see the very same thing out of Estatte here once more. First adept for Horsemaster. Base almost done. Will again arrive a little bit earlier. So now we have the Reaper in place. Horsemaster trying to catch it with the adept, but the Reaper just too quick. Oh, actually even hiding in this little corner over here. Adept not really following anymore, so we'll heal up to full health once more. And then maybe come in a little bit later. Twilight Council for Horsemaster and a starport for Estatte with a few mines. And yeah, looks like we're going to see maybe even actually the same idea. A frontal attack with a few marines while the medevac drops 2 mines into the mineral line or lines of Horsemaster. More widow mines in the making. Twilight Council researching, and woo! Horsemaster going for the really quick Templar Archive, though. Which might actually be a mistake from here on out, because this way she will not have any detection whatsoever. So widow mines might actually wreck her so hard. If these widow mines just get inside her mineral lines, she will have no way of detecting them. There's not even a Stargate here in order to get an Oracle in time. So she will have to build either of those. A Stargate or a Robo, which will take quite some time. Or a Forge, for that matter, in order to get cannons out. But yeah, I think this mine drop might actually already decide the game. Getting Storm out as quickly as possible. This must be the quickest storm I've ever seen since Legacy of the Void started, and even before, because in Wings of Liberty, before Legacy of the Void started, and even before, because in Wings of Liberty and Heart of the Swarm it was not even possible, due to the different economy, to get Storm out that early in the game. So yeah, I think this must be the most quickly rushed Storm I've ever seen in my entire life. So, there they are, the mines are incoming. Do we already have? No, only gateways here. Oh, this is so painful. And there's the reason why almost every Protoss starts with a building that grants them detection. Be it... Yeah, nothing that Horsemaster can do here. I mean, as soon as these mines are burrowed, there's just nothing she can do. She's now producing a forge at least, so she will be able to at least throw down cannons in a little bit of time. Might actually storm these widow mines here, but probably not. Yeah, and these widow mines will just get off a few other shots because they can, because there's just nothing to stop them from doing so. Okay, just sends in a few probes to sacrifice. 2 more die over here. And 2 more die over here. Actually, I think 1 probe would have sufficed. So 14 workers in total killed for Estatte here. And in the meantime, she's producing her combat force. She might actually just unsiege in a little while, especially when realizing that she's supply blocked like hell. So she might just unsiege and move out with this force over here. Oh, it seems as if she's forgotten Stim Pack and Combat Shield, or maybe she just has to get it that late because she just invested so many resources into other things. So, there's the first cannon. Will finally be out. This cannon is already out, has cleared off that mine. This cannon will clear off that mine. Again, in the meantime, 4 more probes have died. So, we actually are down to 29 to 40 workers with a 3rd base incoming for Estatte, while Horsemaster is not even thinking about a 3rd at that point in time. She has a lot of Templars though, so a direct engagement with this army might prove problematic for Estatte. Might actually even move out. We finally have an observer from this robotics facility over here. So, Horsemaster might actually just go for it at some point in time, but of course it will take quite some time in order to cross the map. High Templars are just one of the slowest units in the game, and in the meantime, Estatte has had the chance in order to let her army grow even bigger and stronger. Now she moves out. Will she just move out in order to secure that 3rd base location, or will she move out for the kill? And interpreting that route, I think we can safely say that it's going to be an attack. Oh, Archons even now in the mix. Don't know if that really makes that much sense, but of course you want to have a few buffering units in front, which usually are the Adepts. So let's see, I mean, this is a really gas-heavy army, and we only have 2 bases up. First upgrade incoming. But yeah, I mean, you can just see by looking at the production tab how much better Estatte is actually using her resources at that point in time. Even getting the armory for the 2-2 upgrades. So there's the setup of the Liberator plus the tanks, so it will be very, very difficult to fight downwards that ramp. I mean, actually, she might just go for it and kill off all of these stuff with storms while moving downwards. Estatte nicely inching forward here, luring her opponent's units inside the fire range of the Liberators and the other tanks. So Horsemaster once more has to retreat for a little bit. There's the first storm and another one, not actually killing off that many forces here. Storm's not really that well against siege tanks, but Estatte nicely keeping her units tucked back right behind these siege tanks here, so just in case Horsemaster wants to move down, she would at least be able to move these units forward in order to protect the tanks. So I think a wise decision might have been to actually kill off that debris over here and then just move around, but of course it's a really, really long way. But at least you could walk down somehow. Nice move there by Horsemaster, sending out that observer in order to get some information what is going on down that ramp. But in the meantime, of course, Estatte could take her 3rd base uncontestedly, no problem whatsoever, is even building a 4th, is just constructing more and more units off a better, much better economy right now. You can just have a look at the income tab, but there we can see it almost, actually more than doubling the mineral income of her opponent. Gas income, not that important for a Terran player at that point in time. Way more important for a Protoss player to be ahead. So, and now it seems Estatte actually just wants to move a little bit closer here. Don't really know why she sends back all of her Marines. There's nothing back here actually threatening her. Don't know. Okay, it seems as if this might have been just a little misclick here. I think she just actually wanted to load these medevacs in and then maybe throw them down. And that was actually a small mistake there by Estatte. And now Horsemaster can finally move down because all of the Marines are way out of rank. And now, unfortunately, Estatte not paying attention here. All of these units move commanding upwards that ramp, getting killed by all of the Protoss forces. I mean, that was really the one big engagement that Horsemaster needed. I mean, she's still nowhere near, again, inside that map. In the meantime, we have a drop back here that killed 22 workers. So, it doesn't even matter. The one little victory she had back in front of her base just got denied by these two medevacs that snuck their way into the natural base, killing off 22 workers at a time. So now she's down to 28 again, still not having taken a third base whatsoever. But yeah, that was like a fatal move there by Estatte. Like I said, she probably just wanted to load her Marines into the medevacs and then wanted to unload them somewhere around here. So, but unfortunately she didn't even load these Marines into the medevac. So the Marines just wanted to go there, or somewhere there, or wherever, by ground. So they moved around once more, and then eventually just wanted to get in here, passing by all of these army units getting destroyed severely. Estatte taking a fourth base at the gold, already positioning all of her units close by. Upgrades are heavily in favor, these supplies are in favor as well. Estatte more than doubling the supply of her opponent. It's 129 army to 64. Yes, her opponent does have the ability to storm, and that's why it's actually quite interesting why Estatte is not going for any goes, but Estatte is now maxed, so she will move out as soon as possible. And I don't actually, I mean, these are a lot of storms. I mean, we have 5 High Templars, they are not full with energy. So let's see if the storms, if there are good storms, it might actually kind of work out. With all of these storms, she might just be able to hit all of these clumped up Marines and kill them before they can actually do something. But no, not enough. High Templars too close, too few storms available, too many forces by Estatte breaking through. All of the forces that Horsemaster had up to this point, Horsemaster has to cancel that base down here, drop down to 30 supply, more warps in a few remaining units, which get taken out easily. GG, and Estatte takes the series 3-0.